Hello, my name is Matt Marietta. I'm a deputy fire chief here in the city of Milton, and I'm also the city's emergency manager. I wanted to take a few minutes to talk to you all about how the city is responding to this COVID-19 situation that we're all faced with right now. First, let me give you a little background on me personally so you know how I come to be in the role of emergency manager. I've been in public safety for 23 years, including in the fire service, in law enforcement, EMS, and emergency management. I've been with Milton since the beginning, and I've loved seeing this community develop its own character over the past 13 years. I'm also a certified emergency manager and have been since 2008, and studied humanitarian response and disaster management in graduate school at Georgia State University. We know this community is going through a lot right now, including not only fear and uncertainty over the COVID-19 sickness, but also understanding what the future holds for us in the city of Milton, in the state of Georgia, and in the world. This has been a stressful time for our first responders as well. For me personally, like you, my family is isolated by this turn of events. My kids haven't seen their grandparents for 4 weeks, except on FaceTime, and I don't know if that counts. It certainly doesn't count for my mother. But part of the reason we're being so careful is because of my mother. She's in her late 70s and has pre-existing conditions, and we hope to enable her to remain safe during this outbreak. I know many of you are in that same boat. Also, as I drive around the city of Milton, I've noticed that our usually bustling community has become suddenly quiet. Hubs like Crabapple and Birmingham look like they do on a holiday, and this is even during the Monday morning rush hour. Highway 9 has a bit more activity, but it's still strangely quiet for Milton. That's a change for all of us. Frankly, it makes me nostalgic for January, which, even though that was only a few months ago, at this point it seems like it was a lifetime. As a city, we're currently going through some changes as well. We're not only grappling with the COVID-19 virus's public health implications, but also the impact that the response itself has had on our community. For example, the governor's orders, the Fulton County Public Health Guidelines, and the CDC's recommendations for flattening the curve. The Milton approach has been to be prepared and be aware, but not to panic. Through all of these challenges, we've tried to find ways to highlight Milton businesses and how they're adapting. We try to find ways to enhance our sense of community through leveraging our digital resources, since we can't meet in person and have events like the annual Easter egg hunt. And we've wanted to ensure that the city's first responders and core municipal functions continue so that we can keep the community moving forward. At least, keep it moving forward in that small portion of Milton that we in government play a role in. Mostly the community is made up of you, not the government. The citizens, the businesses, the churches, the community groups and schools. It's your resilience and ingenuity that will ultimately be what allows us to rebound from this. But we in the city of government have also had to alter the ways we do things. For instance, everyone has to take their temperature before entering a city building. That includes the firefighters coming on shift every morning, the police officers, and even the people that are still in and out of City Hall. We've implemented enhanced cleaning of public facilities. And we've also implemented social distancing. Our city staff has to wear masks if they're going to be within 6 feet of each other. We're trying to follow the CDC guidelines just like everybody else right now. And we've also had to adapt, improvise, and overcome as resources have gotten scarce. We've had community donations of N95 masks, and we've even had to acquire commercial paint sprayers to help us decontaminate fire equipment in a way that we haven't had to before. And when there's a call, firefighters have gotten used to wearing N95 masks and goggles and potentially, depending on the call, a Tyvek suit in order to keep them safe and also in order to make sure that we're able to continue serving the public. This has been a real concern for us in emergency management because some of these types of protective equipment are very hard to come by right now. But during all this, there have been some bright spots as well. We've had phenomenal community support, as always. We've had donations of masks. We've had donations of meals to our first responders. And the citizens have also been bearing with us as we learn to conduct government functions in new ways. Our introduction to Zoom meetings has been quite a challenge for everybody. As we go through these next few weeks together, our firefighters and police officers, our nurses and doctors on the front lines still need your help. They need your help to make sure we don't overwhelm our hospitals and paramedics, so that they're available to treat the sickest among us, and that so we're still able to respond to our normal emergencies. We still have structure fires and trees down in houses and severe weather. You as the community can do this by being diligent about social distancing and following the governor's orders and following the CDC recommendations, including hand washing and potentially wearing your mask in public. Make sure you cover your face, especially if you sneeze or cough, and don't go out if you're sick. That these are challenging times for a lot of people is no secret. Milton's first responders and City Hall employees included. But together we'll get through this, and I hope we'll be able to build an even better tomorrow for the city. Thank you.